Hi everyone. This is a final project for the China's central bank digital currency. And first of all, what is digital currency? The central bank digital currency is a stable currency with anonymity and encryption functions. It can focuses on replacing M0 and is only linked one-to-one with a single legal currency. Interest is not calculated for cash and will not cause financial disintermediation. It can replace banknotes in circulation in the future and coins. Uh, the People's Bank of China digital currency is considered an important step in the digitization and internationalization of the RMB. Its advantages are also reflected in: first, it can help calculate macroeconomic indicators more accurately, such as inflation. Second, it increases the possibility of collecting real-time data, such as currency equation, accounting, and circulation, and provides a more useful reference for monetary policymakers. And third, by using its big data center, it can help regulators combat money laundering, terrorist financing, and tax evasion, and other illegal activities. And fourth, it can help reduce the problem of information uh, uh, asymmetry between financial institutions and regulatory agencies. And in 2014, the People's Bank of China has established a special research group to conduct in-depth research on the framework of digital currency, insurance and business operation. Key technologies of digital currency, insurance and circulation environment and legal issues faced. And nowadays, digital currency of China's central bank is spurred by the Libya white paper, and it may become the first country in the world to launch legal digital currency. Um, the most promotion for the Chinese central bank's digital currency is at the small retail, and Xiao Chuanzhou, the former governor of the central bank, once pointed out that the study of digital currency is essentially to pursue the current convenience, speed, and low cost of retail payment systems. And the reason why currency must develop and from natural cycle currency, including regulated mental currency to per-credit currency, has its inherent logic and laws. Next part is uh, the, the essence and uh, attribution of digital currency. The so-called currency is a currency of goods, and the currency is a unit and expression of value. This determines that the core function of currency is the measure of value, which is for goods and later developed into services. And also the exchange of services according function as a medium of exchange. To give full play to the value measurement function of currency, it's necessary to maintain the basic stability of a currency value. To maintain the basic stability of the currency value, it's necessary to ensure that the total currency of the country can uh, correspond to the scale of tradable social wealth within the scope of the country's sovereignty and can be protected by law. and can change with the increase or decrease of tradable social wealth. It's adjustable and flexible. In this way, traditional natural cycle currency, because its actual supply depends to a greater extent on the cycle storage, development, or processing of such cycle objects. It's difficult to adapt to changes in the scale of tradable social wealth, and it's easy to cause serious problems, inflation or deflation, uh, and even in the trade between countries with different currencies, serious trade imbalances can easily lead to serious currency imbalances and lead to wars. Even paper money under the gold standard still has a Triffin dilemma. Therefore, with the development of the market economy and the growth of tradable wealth, stable currency will inevitably exit the monetary arena and return to its source of social wealth, and its value also needs to be marketed with new currency. And currency is inevitably separated from natural objects and transformed into per value units or representations. It can no longer have a practical value in itself and can become per numbers, but it can be accepted by society because a country's currency is based on the support and the credit of the entire country's tradable wealth and is protected by national sovereignty and laws. Therefore, this currency is called credit currency, also known as legal currency. And the credit of the credit currency is credit of the entire country, not the credit or liabilities of the government itself, and it's not guaranteed by government taxation. Currency is no longer the credit or liability of the central bank that issued the currency, but more like legal warrant for the value of social wealth. From this, it can uh, be sure that it's impossible to build and operate super sovereign world currency when national sovereignty will still exists and the world has not yet achieved integrated governance. First, the digital currency generated in the network, such as Bitcoin, cannot become a real currency in circulation. Bitcoin compares to gold and is highly closed. Both the total amount and the new supply per unit time and strictly located by the system and cannot be controlled artificially, and it's difficult to adapt to the growth of social wealth. And, and there is an expectation of appreciation, which is conducive to speculation, but well as the law of currency development with the logic of operation. It's retrogression rather than innovation at the currency level. It cannot become a real currency in circulation. It can only be a digital asset that can be invested or uh, community currency or commercial currency used by a special online community as a community currency. It still has to accept financial supervision. Bitcoin and other purely endogenous digital coins in the network, although gold is simulated, it's not gold. So there are opportunities for speculation, but the risks are very high. And second, the stable currency linked to the equivalent of the single legal currency can only be a token. It's a case that a country can only circulate one legal currency. It does not mean that the existence and use of tokens that are given special rights and obligations within a certain range and absolutely forbidden. For example, in China, the legal currency is RMB, but some unit canteens are still allowed to have their own meal tickets or cards. Some shopping malls have their own shopping carts, and some e-commerce platforms have their own points or tokens. But this since only a token that can be RMB can only be used in the certain community or business circle. It must be subject to strict currency supervision and cannot flow out of the specific range for free circulation, and it cannot be completely replace legal tender. And the last part, the digital currency may bring profound changes. So various financial services are still handled by various financial institutions. Social entities can open digital currency business accounts in commercial banks and other financial institutions, records changes in creditors' rights and debt debts and their results when they start a business. And law arrange for interest calculation among them. Commercial banks also need to um, separately open a borrowing account and deposit account with the central bank. And the interest is calculated separately according to the agreement. The business account of each social entity must maintain a connection with its basic account in the central bank, and the degree of zero name account system can be uh, appro- appropriately distinguished when when social entities receive and pay digital currency, their digital currency wallet carriers must mutually confirm and generate a business link code, and the receiving and the paying parties shall um, transmit the relevant information and the link code to the central bank and their own business account opening bank for account processing. The account opening bank performs accounting processing according to the received information and sends the relevant information to the central bank after adding its own logo and adjusts the balance of its digital currency account deposited with the central bank accordingly. The central banks separately sends the information sent by the receiving and paying parties through business after the take code is checked and matched. The account balances of the receiving and paying parties are adjusted and uh, reconciliation information is sent to them. In addition, after the information sent by the bank uh, that opens the accounts of the receiving and paying parties is checked and matched by the business link code. The account balances of the two banks are adjusted accordingly, and the uh, reconciliation information is sent to them in this way. The digital currency one book of the whole society has been formed in the central bank, and coexistence partner of the basic account of the digital currency in the central bank and the business account of financial institutions has been formed, and the dual operating system of digital currency has been maintained. It will promote the profound changes in the currency operation system and operating mechanism. The central bank can control the receipt and payment of all digital currencies in real time, and the specific distribution of digital currencies, and can realize uh, all around and for process monitoring of digital currencies. Um, Greatly improving the central bank's currencies policy is accurate and effective, but the central bank does not handle specific businesses. Various financial business are still handled by financial institutions, especially deposit and loan business are still handled by commercial banks. But financial institutions can only understand that they are related to their own business, and the information of the business transaction counterparty cannot be grasped. As a result, it can not only save the costs related to cash printing and circulation use, greatly enhance the monitoring of currency receipts and payments, but also achieve limited anonymity outside the central bank. Uh, Appropriately protect trade security and personal privacy, and will not affect existing financial institution. Uh, a major impact with the financial system is conducive to maintain the stability of the monetary and financial system. Therefore, also digital currency will not become a zero currency in circulation, but it will have a great impact on China's financial system. And the central, but there are also some problems like the central bank digital currency issued by China has absolute control over its digital currency. This is significantly different from the decentralized crypto. A highly connected crypto may have a negative impact on the financial privacy of all individuals. In addition, the development of central bank digital currency may also be subject to uh, uh, legislative restriction. For example, in cross-border finance, and how the law should uh, cooperate with the development of digital currency is also worthy of attention in the future.